To achieve something extraordinary, you don't need the spotlight. The real work happens in silence, away from the noise and distractions. It's not about constantly seeking approval or validation. It's about putting in the effort every single day, quietly, with a vision in mind. It's easy to get caught up in the need for recognition, but that's not where the magic happens. Real progress is made when you keep pushing, even when no one's watching. Today we're going to talk about why grinding in silence is the key to making lasting change in your life. You'll see how focusing on the work itself, without the need for external praise, allows you to build something truly valuable. You'll learn how to silence the noise around you and keep your eyes on the prize, no matter how tough the road gets. This isn't just about doing the work, it's about doing it with purpose, discipline, and patience. Stick around, because this journey is about to change the way you approach your goals. Keep watching. And let's dive deep into why working quietly is the ultimate secret to long-term success. Number 1, focus on your work and let the results speak. Success doesn't come from the things you say, it comes from the things you do. The grind isn't about showing off. It's about putting in the work, day in and day out, quietly, consistently. When you stop waiting for the world to acknowledge your efforts and focus on doing the work, that's when real success happens. We live in a world that's obsessed with instant results, likes and shares, but the truth is this: true success is built behind the scenes in silence, through the efforts that no one sees but you. Here's the reality. If you want to achieve something meaningful in life, if you want to build something great, you have to focus on your work. Forget about the applause, the likes, and the validation from others. None of that will matter in the long run. What will matter is the quiet determination you put into your goals when no one is watching, when no one is clapping for you. It's the late nights, the early mornings, and the grind that no one sees that leads to real success. When you focus on your work, your results start to speak for themselves. You don't have to tell people what you're doing. Your actions will do the talking. The world doesn't need to hear about your plans. They need to see the results, and trust me, those results will speak volumes. People will see your progress, they'll notice your commitment, and they'll see the results you've achieved. And when they do, that's when the real impact begins. It's not about telling people how hard you're working. It's about showing them what you've accomplished, because you've been focused and relentless. Now I know it's tempting to share every step of the way. We live in a world where we can share our every move, every thought, and every tiny achievement. It's tempting to want to post on social media, to tell the world about your struggles and triumphs. But let me tell you something. People who are truly focused on success don't need to tell anyone about it. They're too busy doing the work. They're too busy grinding, building, and pushing forward. And when the time comes, the results will speak for themselves. You might feel like you're putting in all this effort, and nobody is noticing. But here's the thing. People don't need to notice for you to be making progress. You're making progress for yourself, not for the approval of others. Every time you take one more step toward your goal, you're getting closer. And the more you work without seeking attention, the more powerful your results will be when they finally show up. Focus on your work, and let that be your story. The world doesn't need to know how hard you're grinding. What they need to see is the result of your hard work. People get so caught up in seeking validation that they forget the most important thing is the work itself. Keep your head down, stay focused, and let your actions do the talking. When you build something great, when you achieve something meaningful, people will notice. But it won't be because you've been shouting about it. It will be because your results will stand out. When you focus on your work, you take control of your journey. It's easy to get distracted by what others are doing, or to compare your progress to theirs. But when you focus on your own work, you stop worrying about the outside noise, you stop measuring yourself against other people's timelines, and start creating your own. You start moving at your own pace, building what's important to you, not to anyone else. And let me be clear, it's not easy. It takes discipline, it takes sacrifice, and it takes a willingness to put in the work, even when no one is watching. But that's the price you pay for greatness. The people who achieve big things aren't the ones who are constantly looking for validation. They're the ones who are willing to work in silence, to put in the effort, without needing praise or recognition. The work you put in today is the foundation for tomorrow's success, and you don't need anyone to give you credit for it. the results will speak for themselves. Think about it. The most successful people in history didn't wait for validation, they didn't wait for approval. They focused on their craft, on their work, and they kept pushing forward even when no one was paying attention. They understood that success is about consistency, it's about building, and it's about putting in the work, even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere. They didn't stop because it got hard, and they didn't stop because no one was cheering them on. They kept going because they believed in the process, and they knew that the results would eventually come. So if you're out there grinding every day, working hard and feeling like no one is noticing, don't let that discourage you. Understand that the work you're doing is valuable, even if it's not getting the attention you think it deserves. Your focus, your dedication, your persistence, it all matters. The results will come, and when they do, people will start to notice. But the key is not to get caught up in that need for validation. The key is to keep working, to keep grinding, and to let the results speak for themselves. And when those results do come, don't be surprised. Don't be shocked when people start asking how you did it. Don't be surprised when your success becomes undeniable. That's the power of working in silence. That's the power of staying focused on your work, day after day. And that's the power of letting your results speak for themselves. So if you're ready to truly make an impact, if you're ready to achieve something great, stop worrying about what others think. Stop waiting for validation, focus on your work, stay consistent, keep grinding, and let the results speak for themselves. The world will take notice when you've built something truly remarkable, and they'll know you did it because you were willing to work in silence. You didn't need the applause. You didn't need the recognition. You just needed to put in the work, and that's exactly what you did. So keep going, keep working, keep grinding, and let your results do the talking. Because in the end, that's all that matters. Number 2. Build your dreams quietly and prove your critics wrong. Success doesn't need to be announced. It needs to be proven. The world is full of people who talk a big game, but the ones who truly make an impact are the ones who build quietly, without needing anyone's approval. You don't have to prove your worth to anyone but yourself. You don't need the world's validation to achieve your dreams. Your results will do all the talking for you. The moment you stop worrying about what others think and begin focusing on what you are building, you'll find a sense of freedom and power you've never experienced before. Building your dreams quietly isn't about avoiding the spotlight because you're afraid of attention. It's about choosing the path of discipline, hard work, and determination over seeking temporary validation. The loudest voices are often the most shallow, while the quietest builders are the ones who leave the most lasting legacies. Think about the most successful people you know. Do they boast about their struggles or their journey? No, they're too busy doing the work, staying focused on their vision. They don't need to tell the world how difficult their journey is, because their results will make that clear in time. You need to understand something crucial. The dream you have, the life you want to build, it's not for everyone to see. In fact, it's probably better if they don't see it. What's important is that you know where you're going, that you have a vision, and that you're willing to put in the work to make it a reality. The people who achieve big things do it in silence. They don't run around telling everyone what they're about to do. They show the world through their actions. When you're building quietly, you become more focused. You stop getting distracted by the opinions of others. You stop comparing yourself to other people's success. You create your own path and you walk it with confidence and conviction. It doesn't matter if the world doesn't understand your journey. You know what you're doing. You know where you're headed. And that's all that matters. Critics will always be there. They will judge you, question your choices, and doubt your progress. But let me tell you something. Their opinions don't matter. Their doubts won't determine your future. You can spend all your time trying to prove them wrong, or you can focus on building your dream quietly, with the determination to prove them wrong through your actions. Let them talk. Let them doubt. You don't need to fight every battle. You don't need to explain your process. Just keep building. Let your success be the loudest answer to their doubts. You will face setbacks. You will encounter obstacles. But if you're building quietly, those setbacks become part of the process, not a reason to stop. You will fail at times, and that's okay. Failure is just another part of the grind, another opportunity to learn, grow, and improve. But when you're building quietly, you don't get distracted by failure. You keep moving forward. You keep taking steps, even if they're small ones. Every day you get a little closer to your goal. Every day you improve. Every day you prove to yourself that you have what it takes to succeed. Success isn't a sprint, it's a marathon. The most successful people know that. They know it's the small, consistent actions that lead to big results. It's the work that you do when no one is watching that shapes your future. It's the hours you put in when the world is asleep. It's the sacrifices you make today for a better tomorrow. And those sacrifices are often unnoticed, uncelebrated, and invisible to others. But they are the building blocks of your success. As you keep building your dream, you'll notice something incredible happening. The more you focus on the work, the more it starts to become a part of you. You won't need to convince anyone of your commitment, because your work will speak for itself. People will begin to notice the difference. They'll see the effort you've put in, the passion you've poured into your goals, and the results that are starting to show. But even then, you don't need to boast about it. Your actions will do the talking for you. The truth is that seeking approval and recognition is a distraction. The moment you start seeking validation from others is the moment you begin losing sight of your real goal. The people who truly achieve greatness are the ones who don't need praise. They don't need the approval of others to keep moving forward. They believe in their journey, and they trust that if they put in the work, the results will come. They know that the only person they need to prove anything to is themselves. It's easy to get caught up in the noise of the world. It's easy to get distracted by what everyone else is doing, by the constant barrage of opinions, judgments, and expectations. But when you focus on building your dreams in silence, you begin to tune out all of that noise. You start to listen to your own voice, the voice that tells you to keep going, to stay focused, to trust the process. When you trust yourself and the work you're doing, you don't need anyone else's approval. You just keep building. And here's the thing, when you achieve success, when you reach your goals, you won't need to shout about it. Your success will speak for itself. People will see the results and know that you've worked for it. They'll know that you didn't take shortcuts. They'll know that you did the work, even when no one was watching. And that's when the real magic happens. Your quiet determination, your unshakable focus, your refusal to quit, it all pays off. But the key is that you didn't do it for the applause. You did it because you believed in the process, because you were willing to do whatever it took, in silence, to make your dreams come true. Building your dreams quietly doesn't mean you're hiding or being passive. It means you are so focused on your goals that you don't need anyone's approval to keep moving forward. It means you've made the decision to let your actions speak louder than your words. You've made the decision to trust the process and let your results show the world what you're capable of. And when your success arrives, it will be undeniable, not because you've talked about it, but because you've built it, step by step, in silence. So don't worry about proving anyone wrong. Don't worry about what people think. Keep your head down, stay focused, and keep building your dreams. The more you work in silence, the louder your success will be. And when you finally achieve it, you'll realize that the quiet grind was the most powerful tool you ever had. Number 3. Trust your process and let progress be your voice. Progress doesn't need to be celebrated by others for it to be real. Trust the process and let your journey speak for itself. Each step forward, no matter how small, is part of your success story. And while others might not see it, that doesn't take away from its importance. When you're on the path to your goals, you must learn to trust that what you're doing is right, even when the results aren't immediate. Keep your eyes on the goal, not the immediate results. The progress you're making is happening, even if it's not as visible as you'd like it to be. Every day you're moving forward. The key to success is persistence. Sometimes it feels like you're stuck, like you're not moving at all, but that's when you need to remind yourself that growth is happening under the surface. You might not see the results today, or even tomorrow, but every bit of effort you put in now will pay off in ways you can't even imagine yet. Trust in the process and have faith that every step, no matter how small, is a step toward your success. We live in a world where we want instant gratification. We want to see quick results, but true progress takes time. If you want to build something that lasts, it requires patience. It requires showing up every single day, doing the work, and trusting that in time you will see the fruits of your labor. It's easy to get discouraged when you don't see immediate results, but you have to remember that the journey is just as important as the destination. It's in those quiet moments when no one is watching that you're truly building the foundation for your success. The truth is, you won't always have someone cheering you on. There won't always be applause, and sometimes you'll be doing the work alone. But that's the essence of trusting the process. You have to trust yourself enough to know that even without the recognition, you're on the right path. It doesn't matter if others can see it. You have to believe in your vision, even when it's not clear to everyone else. You're going to face obstacles. You'll have days when things don't go the way you expect. You'll feel frustrated, discouraged, and tempted to quit. But here's where trusting the process becomes your greatest strength. The only way through those challenges is by continuing, by pushing forward, even when you can't see the finish line. And as you keep pushing, you'll start to realize that your persistence is paying off. Little by little, you'll notice progress. Little by little, you'll get closer to your goal. But none of this happens if you stop trusting the process. One of the hardest things to do in life is to keep going when it feels like nothing is changing. But you have to remember that progress isn't always visible in the moment. Sometimes it's happening in ways that you can't yet see. When you keep going, even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere, that's when you're building something real. Trusting the process means being willing to go through the ups and downs, knowing that every step, no matter how hard, is a part of the journey that will eventually lead to success. One of the biggest mistakes people make is measuring their progress based on other people's timelines. You see someone else achieving their dreams and wonder why you're not there yet. But here's the thing, your path is unique to you. Just because someone else is further ahead doesn't mean you're falling behind. Trust your own timeline. Your journey is yours to take, and no one else's success is a reflection of your own. Keep your focus on your own progress and let your journey unfold in its own time. It's easy to compare yourself to others, to wonder why things aren't happening as quickly as you'd like. But the truth is, everyone's journey looks different. The path to success isn't linear. There are twists and turns, setbacks and breakthroughs, moments of doubt and moments of triumph. But if you stay focused on the process, if you trust that every step is leading you somewhere meaningful, then you can stop worrying about how quickly things are happening. Trust the pace at which your life is unfolding and stay committed to your own process. Trusting the process also means trusting that the work you're doing today will bring you closer to where you want to be tomorrow. Every action, every choice, every step forward is a part of the bigger picture. Even when you don't see immediate results, keep putting in the work. Keep pushing yourself. Keep taking one step at a time. Eventually those steps will add up and you'll look back and see how far you've come. But none of that happens if you give up halfway through. The key to success is consistency. Trust the process and trust that every small action is moving you forward. And when you start to see the results of your hard work, don't forget the process. Don't forget the days when it felt like nothing was happening. Those were the days when your character was being built, when your discipline was being formed. It's easy to appreciate success when it comes, but the real growth happens when no one is watching, when no one is giving you recognition. That's when you're really growing. That's when you're laying the foundation for something lasting. One of the most important things you can do is stop expecting immediate results. If you're constantly looking for the next quick win, you'll miss the bigger picture. Success is not about a single victory. It's about the compound effect of every action you take, every day you show up, and every step you take toward your goal. Over time, those small, seemingly insignificant steps will add up and the results will speak for themselves. But only if you trust the process and keep going. Remember, you are in control of your process. Don't let distractions, setbacks, or the opinions of others derail you. Focus on your work and trust that no matter how slow it feels, you are making progress. It's the quiet, consistent effort that leads to lasting success. Trust in your ability to keep going, even when the finish line seems far away. And know that every day you keep moving forward is another day you are closer to your goal. Stay committed to the process, and the results will follow. Trusting the process doesn't mean ignoring reality. It means accepting that the road to success is not always easy, but it's worth it. It means being patient, being persistent, and staying focused on your goals. Trust that every step you take, every effort you make, is leading you to where you want to be. Keep trusting the process, and let your progress speak for itself. Success doesn't need to be announced. It will be evident in the results you create. Keep building, keep working, and let your journey unfold. Number 4. Work relentlessly without needing approval or recognition. Success isn't about waiting for someone to tell you that you're doing a good job. It's not about having a cheering squad behind you, clapping every time you take a step forward. It's about getting up every day and doing the work, no matter what. It's about believing in yourself when no one else does, and keeping your head down when the world is full of distractions. Because the truth is, success is built by relentless action. It's about doing the work even when no one is watching, even when you don't have the recognition or the applause. That's where real growth happens. That's where true transformation begins. Imagine a day when there's no one there to give you a high five for what you're doing. There's no praise for the hours you're putting in. No likes, no comments, no feedback. Just you, your work, and your commitment to keep going. That's the moment that will define you. That's the moment when you decide if you're in it for the long haul. You see, the most successful people in the world didn't get where they are because they waited for permission or for applause. They got there because they worked when no one was watching. They kept moving forward, even when no one was acknowledging their efforts. And that's the mindset you need to embrace. If you want real success, you have to work relentlessly without needing external validation. The world is full of distractions. It's easy to get caught up in the noise, to want to stop and get approval from everyone around you. But that approval is temporary, and it doesn't help you build anything lasting. If you rely on praise and recognition to push you forward, you're setting yourself up for disappointment. The truth is, most of the time, you won't get that recognition right away. Most of the time, no one will even notice how hard you're working. And if you can't handle that, if you can't keep going without the applause, then you're not going to make it. But if you can learn to grind in silence, if you can keep pushing without needing constant affirmation, then you'll see the results. You'll see your hard work pay off in ways that others will eventually recognize. But it won't be because you were looking for that recognition. It will be because you stayed committed, even when no one else was watching. Building success is not glamorous. It's not the shiny moments you see on social media where everything looks perfect and everyone is celebrating. Success is about the quiet hours of hard work. It's about the late nights when no one else is around, the mornings when no one is cheering you on, and the days when things don't go as planned. It's about doing the work without expecting anything in return. And this is the hard part. This is where most people give up. They start with passion. They start with a fire in their belly. But when the applause doesn't come, when the results don't come fast enough, they quit. They give up because they're not getting the recognition they thought they would. But true success doesn't care about that. True success is about consistency. It's about showing up every single day, doing the work, even when it feels like you're not getting anywhere. You have to be willing to do the work without the constant need for applause. Success doesn't come with a trophy every time you accomplish something. It's not about the quick wins or the loud celebrations. It's about the small, quiet victories. It's about the days when you push yourself to do more, when you keep going even though no one else is there to see it. It's about building a foundation for your future success without needing anyone to cheer you on. It's about knowing that your efforts matter, even if no one else can see them yet. And it's about trusting that the results will come if you keep working, even when you don't see the progress in real time. Building anything of significance requires consistency. It requires staying committed, even when the results aren't obvious. Every day, every task, every action you take builds on the last one. And even if you don't get immediate rewards or recognition, you are still building something real. You are laying the groundwork for success. So when you wake up tomorrow, don't wait for validation. Don't look for applause or recognition. Just do the work. Put in the hours. Take action. And know that it is all adding up, even if it doesn't seem like it right now. Every day you wake up, you're given a chance to get closer to your goals. But it's up to you to take advantage of it. It's up to you to stay focused on the work, to stay committed to the grind, even when no one is watching. You can't expect immediate results. You can't expect things to happen overnight. Success takes time. It takes effort. and it takes discipline. But if you keep grinding, if you keep putting in the work without expecting anything in return, you will see the results. You will see how far you've come, and you will realize that the effort you put in, even when no one was watching, was worth it. It's easy to get distracted by other people's successes. You see someone else getting recognition, and you wonder why it's not happening for you. But success doesn't work that way. Success is a quiet thing. It doesn't show up with a loud bang. It doesn't announce itself. It's built over time, day by day, with small actions, consistent effort, and the determination to keep going. And if you can keep your eyes on your own journey, if you can stop looking for validation, and just keep doing the work, you will find that success will find its way to you. It will find you because you've been building it in silence. You've been grinding away, even when no one was watching. The key to long-term success is persistence. It's the willingness to keep going when things aren't going well. It's about sticking to the plan when the road gets tough. And it's about doing the work even when you feel like you're getting nowhere. No one can do the work for you. No one can show up for you. Success is your responsibility. It's up to you to decide that you will work relentlessly, without needing anyone else to tell you how great you are. It's up to you to stay focused on your goals and put in the effort after day, no matter what's happening around you. Success is about what you do when no one else is watching. It's about staying committed, even when the applause is missing. The world doesn't need to recognize you for you to make progress. You don't need anyone else's approval to succeed. Keep going, keep grinding, and let your work speak for itself. Your success is built on the work you do when no one else sees it. So don't stop. Don't wait for recognition. Just keep pushing, and success will find you in time.
Number 5. Stay determined, even when no one is watching. Success is not about waiting for the right moment to show off your accomplishments. It's not about showing people how hard you've worked and asking them to applaud you. Success is about continuing to move forward, even when no one is around to notice, and even when no one is there to cheer you on. When you truly commit to something, you don't need a crowd to acknowledge it. You don't need validation from anyone else. What you need is the determination to stay focused and keep working. Every day, regardless of whether the spotlight is on you or not. This is the essence of working without needing approval. It's about showing up, putting in the effort, and trusting that your work will eventually speak for itself. If you can learn to stay determined, to keep moving forward when no one is watching, that's when real progress happens. You'll be on a path that no one else can walk for you. You're the one putting in the time, the sweat, and the commitment. It's a quiet thing. It's about trusting yourself when there's no one else to hold your hand. The truth is, there will be times when you feel like no one sees the effort you're putting in. There will be days when it feels like you're pushing with all your might, but the world around you remains silent. You won't hear the applause. You won't see the acknowledgement. But this is when your resolve is tested. This is when you either step up and keep going, or give up. And let me tell you, the ones who keep going are the ones who win in the end. You have to trust the process, even when no one else can see the results yet. It's easy to look at someone else who seems to be getting all the praise and think that maybe you're not doing enough. Maybe they're doing something right that you're not. But this kind of comparison is the thief of progress. The truth is, we all have our own unique path to walk. What works for one person may not work for another. And while other people might be getting the applause, your journey is still unfolding. If you let the lack of recognition slow you down, you're telling yourself that your worth depends on someone else's approval. And that's a dangerous game to play. When you rely on others to validate you, you're giving them power over your growth. You're waiting for their opinion to tell you that you matter, when you should already know that you do. Don't wait for someone to tell you that your work is good enough. You are the only one who needs to believe in your own efforts. You are the one who has to show up, day after day, doing what needs to be done. No one else can do the work for you, and no one else can build your success. It's your responsibility to stay determined, even when there's no one around to say well done. You need to keep pushing forward, keep taking action, and trust that your progress will eventually speak for itself. It's about understanding that every day you're putting in effort, every day you're moving closer to your goal, even if no one notices. And it's about staying committed to that goal,
knowing that the results will come even if they're not visible right now. There's something incredibly powerful about working in silence. It's easy to get distracted by the need for validation. We live in a world where everyone wants to show off their achievements, share their wins, and wait for the applause. But real strength lies in doing the work without needing anyone to acknowledge it. It's a true test of your commitment to your craft. It's easy to feel discouraged when you're working hard but not getting the praise you think you deserve. But the work itself should be enough. You don't need someone else to tell you that you're doing great. You should already know that you're putting in the effort. That knowledge, that belief in yourself, is what will carry you forward. Working without seeking approval doesn't mean you don't care about results. It doesn't mean you don't want to achieve great things. It simply means that you're willing to put in the work even when no one else is watching, and even when no one else is patting you on the back. Success is a long road. There will be bumps along the way, days when you feel like nothing is happening, days when you wonder if it's all worth it. But those are the moments that test you. Those are the moments when you decide whether or not you're going to keep going. And if you can stay determined when no one else is watching, if you can keep moving forward when there's no immediate recognition, then you will have built something much stronger than just success. You will have built resilience, discipline, and the unwavering belief that you are capable of achieving your dreams. Your journey is yours alone, and while it's great to have a cheering squad, you can't depend on others to keep you moving forward. You have to find the strength to keep going, even when the applause is missing. If you can do this, if you can trust the process, you'll find that your progress will be unstoppable. You'll look back one day and realize that all those silent moments, all those times when you worked without recognition, were the moments that built your future. And when success does come, it won't need to shout. It won't need a spotlight. It will be clear to everyone who's been paying attention. They'll see the results of your hard work, your discipline, and your commitment to keep moving forward, no matter what. You don't need validation to make progress. You don't need someone else to give you permission to succeed. You are the one in control of your journey. And when you realize that when you stop waiting for others to tell you that you're doing a good job, that's when you'll start seeing real results. Keep pushing forward. Keep working, even when no one is watching. Keep putting in the hours, even when no one acknowledges your effort. And one day, when the results start to show up, you'll know that it was all worth it. You'll know that the time you spent working without needing approval was the time that truly shaped your success. So stay determined, stay committed, and let the work you do in silence speak louder than any applause ever could.
Number 6. Keep moving forward without waiting for validation. The truth is, no one is going to hand you success. No one is going to give you permission to go after what you want. No one is going to applaud you for every little step you take toward your goals. If you're waiting for someone to validate you before you take action, you'll be waiting forever. The only way to succeed is to keep moving forward. No matter how long it takes, and no matter how many people notice, you have to stay committed to your path, trust your process, and keep pushing, regardless of the distractions around you. Validation doesn't come from the outside, it comes from within. If you're always looking for approval, you're already playing a losing game. People will judge you, they'll criticize, and they won't always understand what you're doing. But you can't let that stop you. You can't let the opinions of others dictate your actions. The truth is, most people won't understand your journey. They won't see the vision you have for your life, and that's okay. You don't need their approval to keep moving forward. You only need to trust your own process. You have to believe in yourself and stay focused on the bigger picture, not the small, everyday distractions that come from waiting for others to notice your hard work. The road to success is never straightforward, and it's never without obstacles. There will be days when you'll feel like everything you're doing is pointless, like no one is paying attention, and like your efforts are going unnoticed. But that's the test. That's the moment where you decide whether you're going to keep going or if you're going to give up. This is when you have to trust your process. You have to keep moving forward, even when it feels like no one else is watching. Because success is built in these quiet moments, when no one is cheering for you, when the only thing you have to rely on is your belief in yourself and your commitment to your dreams. When you're not getting the recognition you think you deserve,
it's easy to feel discouraged. It's easy to want to quit and find something else that brings you immediate validation. But this is where real growth happens. The magic happens when you keep pushing forward, even when the results are not yet visible. When you can stay focused and keep working without needing someone else's applause, that's when you prove to yourself that you're in it for the long haul. That's when you build the kind of resilience that will carry you through the toughest challenges. It's so easy to get caught up in the need for external validation. We live in a world that is obsessed with recognition, with likes, shares, and comments, but none of that matters in the long run. The only thing that matters is your progress, your growth, the work you put in every single day. Whether or not anyone notices, success doesn't need a cheering squad. Success is earned through consistent action, relentless effort, and a deep belief in your own potential. You can't wait for others to give you permission to succeed. You have to go after it. Regardless of whether the world is paying attention, the reality is, you might not see immediate results. You might not see any results for weeks, months, or even years. But that doesn't mean you're not making progress. Every single action you take toward your goals is moving you forward, even if you don't see it yet. Trust that the work you're putting in will eventually pay off. Trust that your efforts are never wasted, even when it feels like they are. Success is not an overnight thing. It's a journey. And that journey is built on the quiet, consistent efforts you put in and day out. And as you move forward, you'll begin to see that the validation you've been seeking doesn't come from the outside world. It comes from within, from the satisfaction you get from knowing that you're doing what it takes, even when no one else is watching. People around you might not always understand your journey. They might not get why you're so committed to something, especially when it doesn't seem to be paying off right away. But the only thing that matters is that you understand, you know why you're doing it, and you know where you're going. The rest doesn't matter. People will always have opinions. They'll always have something to say about the choices you make and the path you take. But their opinions don't define you. You're the one in control of your journey, and as long as you keep moving forward, you'll get to where you want to be. The key to long-term success is not waiting for others to recognize your work, but continuing to work in silence until your results speak for themselves. It's about pushing through the tough times. When it feels like you're doing all the right things but not getting the recognition you think you deserve. But if you can keep moving forward, even when no one else sees what you're doing, you'll find that the results will eventually come. You won't need to tell anyone how hard you've worked. They'll see it in your success. There will be times when you feel like no one notices the effort you're putting in, and in those moments it's easy to get discouraged, to wonder if you're wasting your time, but you're not wasting anything. Every moment you put into your work, every day you push forward, is getting you closer to where you want to be. And if you can keep going, without needing anyone else to cheer you on, you'll find that success is already on its way. It's coming, even when it's not visible yet. And one day when you look back, you'll realize that it was all worth it. You'll see that the quiet moments, the days when you worked without recognition, were the moments that built your success. They were the moments that set you apart and gave you the strength to achieve what you have today. If you want to succeed, you have to be willing to work in silence. You have to be willing to keep pushing forward when no one else is looking. Because success is built on the quiet moments, the moments when you keep going, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Trust the process. Keep moving forward, and let your results be the loudest message you can send. You don't need validation from others. You just need to keep doing the work, and eventually your results will speak louder than anything anyone else can say.
Number 7. Embrace the grind and let success show up. Success doesn't come by waiting for the perfect moment. It doesn't come when everything aligns just right, or when you've finally figured it all out. Success comes when you step out, even when things are unclear, uncertain, and messy. The most successful people you know didn't wait for a sign or permission. They simply decided to act. They didn't have all the answers. They didn't know what the outcome would be, but they trusted themselves enough to take that first step. And that's all it takes. The secret to real success is in the doing, the effort, and the relentless commitment to just keep going. No matter how tough things get. Too often we sit around waiting for the perfect time to start. We tell ourselves we'll wait until we feel more ready, until the conditions are ideal,
until we know exactly how everything will play out. But here's the truth. There is no perfect time. There will always be obstacles, challenges, and reasons to hesitate. But the difference between those who succeed and those who don't is simple. The successful ones keep moving forward, no matter what. They understand that success doesn't require perfection. It requires persistence. It requires getting up every time you fall, continuing to move when others quit, and deciding to take action when fear tries to hold you back. People are often paralyzed by the fear of making the wrong decision or taking the wrong step. They're so worried about failure that they avoid taking action at all. But the reality is, not taking action is the only true failure. If you stay stuck in the same place, nothing will change. The fear of making a mistake is actually a fear of progress, a fear of moving forward. And this fear is the one thing holding you back from living the life you're capable of living. You can't let that fear control you. If you want something different, if you want something better, you have to act now. The longer you wait, the longer you stay stuck in the same place, waiting for everything to be perfect. But the truth is, nothing will ever be perfect. The perfect moment is the one you create by taking action now. If you want to change your life, you don't need to wait for permission or for everything to line up perfectly. You don't need to wait for someone to tell you that you're ready, because that moment will never come. You have to decide right now that you're ready. Ready to take that first step. Ready to do the hard work. Ready to embrace the discomfort of change. It's the people who decide to take action in spite of their fears that make the greatest impact. The ones who go after their dreams without waiting for everything to fall into place are the ones who create the lives they truly want. And if they can do it, so can you. It's not about waiting for someone to tell you that you're capable. It's about proving to yourself that you are. The more you take action, the more you'll build the confidence to keep going. You'll realize that you don't need anyone else's approval. You don't need anyone else's permission. What you need is your own commitment to the process. What you need is to trust in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. And once you begin to take consistent, bold action, you'll see that the fear you had before was just an illusion. It was just a story you told yourself to keep you from moving forward. The more action you take, the more momentum you build, and the easier it becomes to keep going. One of the most powerful realizations you can have is that you're not going to get everything right on the first try. And that's perfectly fine. In fact, failure is an essential part of success. Each failure is just a stepping stone to something greater. It's not about avoiding failure. It's about learning how to use failure to grow, adapt, and improve. When you're not afraid to fail, you free yourself to take risks, try new things, and discover what works for you. You allow yourself to learn from your mistakes and turn them into lessons that move you closer to your goals. So instead of waiting for the perfect time, start acting, knowing that failure will only make you stronger and smarter. There's no magic formula for success. No secret trick that will suddenly make everything click into place. The secret is simple: consistency. You have to show up every single day, even when you don't feel like it, even when it's hard, even when you don't see the results right away. The people who succeed are the ones who keep showing up. Even when the road is tough, they understand that success is a long game, and they're willing to put in the work, even if it means making mistakes along the way. You don't have to have it all figured out. You just need to keep going. The road to success isn't linear. It's full of twists, turns, and unexpected challenges. But that's what makes it so rewarding. Every obstacle you face, every challenge you overcome, builds your strength, your resilience, and your ability to handle whatever comes next. And the more you push through, the more you realize that you're capable of far more than you ever thought possible. Success doesn't require you to be perfect. It requires you to be relentless, determined, and committed to your goals no matter what. If you want to build something great, you can't wait for it to come to you. You have to go after it with everything you've got. You have to show up every day, do the work, and trust that it will pay off in the end. There will be times when it feels like nothing is happening, like all of your efforts are in vain. But those are the moments that matter the most, because it's in those moments of doubt that your character is built. It's in those moments that you prove to yourself that you're serious, that you're not willing to quit just because things aren't going perfectly. You keep going, even when the results are slow, because you know that success is earned through consistent effort, not through waiting for everything to be perfect. The key to success is to never stop moving forward, to keep showing up, even when it feels like the world is against you, to keep going, even when it's hard, because the more you show up, the more progress you make, the more action you take, the more success you create. And that success, built on persistence, hard work and commitment, will be far greater than any success that comes easily. Keep going, keep pushing, and remember that the only way to fail is to stop. So don't stop, keep going. Success is waiting for you, and it's up to you to claim it.
Number 8. Take action every day and ignore the distractions. Success is not a destination. It's a journey. It's not about reaching a specific point in time or a set of circumstances that say, "Now I've made it." Success is built every single day through the decisions you make and the actions you take. You don't need to wait for permission or the right moment. The power to change your life, to make your dreams a reality, lies within you and within the choices you make every moment of your life. The key is consistency, discipline, and a commitment to push through the challenges that come with the pursuit of greatness. No one who has ever achieved something extraordinary did it by sitting still or waiting for things to magically align. They decided to act, to get up, and make something happen. No matter what, success isn't just handed to anyone, it's earned. The people who achieve the most in life don't sit on the sidelines waiting for things to come to them. They take action, they take risks, they make decisions every single day that keep them moving forward, even when it's tough, even when things seem uncertain, even when they don't know what will happen next. What makes them successful is their commitment to the process, their willingness to embrace the unknown, and their determination to keep going when most people would quit. Success comes to those who don't wait for everything to be perfect before taking action. It comes to those who don't wait for their circumstances to align with their desires before they take the first step. If you wait for the perfect moment, you'll be waiting forever. The perfect moment doesn't exist. And if it did, it would have passed you by while you were sitting there, waiting. The truth is, there's no magic in waiting. There's only magic in action. When you commit to your goals, you open the door to everything you need to achieve them. Every choice, every action, no matter how small, is a building block. With each step forward, you gain momentum, and that momentum is what keeps you going when the road gets tough. It's easy to think that success is all about getting the perfect result, about achieving exactly what you've dreamed of. But that's not how it works. Success is the sum of all the little actions, the daily habits, and the constant effort you put into becoming the person you need to be to achieve your dreams. The key to success isn't having a perfect plan or a flawless strategy. It's showing up every single day and putting in the work, even when things don't go your way, even when you face setbacks, and even when you doubt yourself. Success isn't about perfection. It's about persistence. We often let fear hold us back from taking action. Fear of failure, fear of the unknown, fear of making a mistake. But let me tell you something powerful. Fear is simply the mind's way of trying to protect you from discomfort. The real secret to success is learning how to push past that fear and take action anyway. The most successful people in the world have failed countless times, but they didn't let those failures stop them. They learned from them, adjusted, and kept going. And you can do the same. Fear will always be there, but it doesn't have to control you. The key is not to let fear paralyze you or keep you stuck. Instead, let fear fuel you. Let it drive you to take action. The more you face your fears and take action despite them, the more confidence you build, and the closer you get to achieving your dreams. You might think that you have to have all the answers before you begin, that you need a foolproof plan to succeed. But that's a myth. No one has all the answers from the start. The truth is, the path to success is built through trial and error. It's about learning along the way, adjusting your course as you go. The key is to not let perfectionism stop you from getting started. You can't let the fear of making a mistake or getting it wrong keep you from taking that first step. Mistakes are part of the process, and every mistake you make is a lesson that brings you one step closer to success. If you wait until everything is perfect, you'll be waiting forever. Perfectionism doesn't get you anywhere.
Action does. The path to success is not a straight line. It's full of twists, turns, and unexpected detours. There will be times when it feels like nothing is going right, when it seems like your hard work isn't paying off. But here's the thing. Every effort, every step forward, no matter how small, is taking you closer to where you want to be. Success is not a quick fix. It's the result of consistent effort, a commitment to your goals, and the willingness to keep going, even when things don't go according to plan. You have to be willing to face challenges, to encounter setbacks, and to keep moving forward even when it feels impossible. The road to success is never easy, but it's worth every step you take. You'll encounter obstacles, no doubt. Everyone does. But what separates the successful from the unsuccessful is how they respond to those obstacles. Successful people don't let challenges stop them. They don't use obstacles as excuses to quit. Instead, they use those challenges as fuel to push even harder. When faced with adversity, they dig deep and keep moving forward. They find a way to break through, to adapt, and to make it work. They understand that challenges are a natural part of the process, and that overcoming them is what makes success so rewarding. Success is not just about the destination, it's about who you become along the way. It's easy to look at others and think they have something you don't, that they're luckier or more talented than you. But the truth is, most successful people didn't get where they are by waiting for luck. They got there by working for it. They got there by putting in the hours, the effort, and the time. They got there by refusing to quit when things got hard, by refusing to let setbacks define them. They didn't wait for the stars to align. They made their own luck by showing up every day and doing the work. If you want to achieve something extraordinary, you have to commit to doing the work, even when it's difficult. Success isn't about avoiding discomfort or taking the easy route. It's about leaning into the challenges and pushing through them, knowing that each step forward, no matter how small, brings you closer to your goal. You don't have to be perfect, and you don't have to have everything figured out. What you need is the determination to keep moving forward, even when the road gets tough. That's what separates the successful from the unsuccessful. It's the willingness to take action, to keep going when others quit, and to trust that your efforts will pay off in the end. Success isn't a one-time event. It's a daily commitment to the process. It's about showing up every day, doing the work, and staying consistent no matter what. Success isn't about waiting for the perfect time or the right moment. It's about taking action, even when things aren't perfect. It's about moving forward with confidence and determination, trusting that every effort, no matter how small, is taking you closer to your dreams. So don't wait for the perfect time. Start now, take that first step, and keep going. Your success is waiting for you, and it's up to you to claim it.
Number 9. Commit to the effort without seeking attention or praise. You're on the edge of something incredible. And all it takes is that one moment where you decide to stop waiting for life to hand you anything and start creating it yourself. Success doesn't come to those who sit back waiting for the stars to align or for some magical moment when everything falls perfectly into place. It comes to those who relentlessly pursue their goals, no matter the obstacles, no matter the challenges, and no matter how many times they fail along the way. The reality is that you already have everything you need to succeed within you. What you need to do is tap into that inner strength, that unshakable belief in your own potential, and turn it into action. The moment you stop waiting for permission and start taking action is the moment you unlock your true power. The world will give you countless reasons to sit still, to hold back, to wait for the right moment. But guess what? The right moment doesn't exist. It's all about how badly you want to change your life. How committed you are to pushing through the fear, the doubt, and the uncertainty to get to the place you truly desire. Don't let the idea of perfection stop you from moving forward. Perfection doesn't exist, and neither does the perfect plan. Success doesn't come to those who try to make everything perfect before they take action. It comes to those who decide in that very moment that they will take the next step no matter what. No one ever achieved anything extraordinary by waiting for the perfect conditions. They achieved it by taking risks, by stepping outside their comfort zones, and by continually pushing forward.
The truth is, life is unpredictable, and waiting for the stars to align is just an excuse to delay your dreams. Every second you hesitate is another second wasted, another opportunity lost. The people who change the world are not the ones who wait for everything to be ideal before they act. They are the ones who decide, even when the conditions are far from perfect, to keep moving forward anyway. It's not about waiting for the right conditions, it's about making the conditions work for you. You might think to yourself, what if I fail? Or what if I make a mistake? And to that I say, what if you succeed? What if you take that leap, even with all your fears and doubts? And what if that action you take changes everything for you? The fear of failure will always be there, lurking in the back of your mind. But the only way to overcome it is by stepping forward, even if you're scared. Each step forward, no matter how small, is a victory. Each decision to act, despite the fear, is what will push you closer to where you want to be. If you keep letting fear control you, you'll never reach the heights you're capable of. But if you take that step in spite of it, you'll unlock a power within you that you didn't even know existed. When you start taking action, even before you feel ready, you'll begin to see the world in a different light. Instead of waiting for things to happen, you'll be the one making them happen. And that shift in mindset is what separates the dreamers from the doers. The world is full of people who dream of success, but never take the necessary steps to make those dreams a reality. They wait for the perfect time, for the right circumstances, for someone to tell them that now is the time to act. But the truth is, the only time you have is now. If you wait for the perfect conditions, you'll be waiting forever. The secret to success is starting now, starting where you are, with what you have, and not letting anything hold you back. It's easy to fall into the trap of thinking that you're not ready yet, that you need more information, more time, or more resources. But that's just another form of procrastination. Success isn't about waiting until everything aligns perfectly. It's about moving forward with the resources you have right now. The moment you stop waiting and start taking action, you'll be amazed at how everything begins to fall into place. The world rewards those who take action, who step up to the plate, and who show up every single day, no matter the circumstances. And the more you act, the more confident you'll become in your ability to handle whatever comes your way. The key is to keep moving, to keep acting, and to keep pushing through the doubts. Every single person who has ever achieved something great has faced obstacles along the way. They've dealt with setbacks, failures, and moments of doubt. But what made them successful was their refusal to quit. They kept moving forward, even when it seemed impossible, because they knew that success wasn't about avoiding failure. It was about learning from it, growing from it, and using it as fuel to push forward. If you want to achieve something extraordinary, you have to be willing to embrace the struggle. You have to be willing to face the challenges head on, knowing that each one is an opportunity to grow, to learn, and to become better. The road to success is not a straight line. It's a series of twists and turns, highs and lows, moments of triumph, and moments of failure. But it's those moments of failure that will ultimately make you stronger. It's through the failures that you'll discover what works and what doesn't. You'll learn more about yourself in those moments than you ever could by staying comfortable. Success doesn't come to those who never fail. It comes to those who fail. Get up and keep going. The key is to embrace failure as part of the journey and not let it stop you. As you continue to take action, you'll start to see results. They may not be immediate, and they may not be exactly what you expected, but there'll be progress, and that's all that matters. Every step you take, no matter how small, is a step closer to your goal. The key is to stay consistent, to keep showing up, and to trust the process. Success is built one small action at a time, and the more you take, the closer you get to your ultimate goal. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for everything to fall into place. The moment is now. The only thing holding you back is the decision to take that first step. Don't let fear, doubt, or uncertainty keep you from moving forward. Take action today, and keep moving every single day. You are capable of far more than you realize, and when you stop waiting and start acting, you'll unlock a power within you that will propel you to new heights. The world is waiting for you to take action. Are you ready to make it happen?
Number 10. Stay silent and let your results become your message. Success isn't something that just happens by chance. It's something you create. It's a result of making the decision every single day to take action, push forward, and refuse to accept anything less than your best.
You have the ability to transform your life, to reshape your future, but it starts with one critical choice: to show up, to commit, and to put in the work, no matter the odds. This isn't about being perfect. It's about being persistent. Every setback, every challenge, every obstacle is just part of the journey. It's not about how many times you fall. It's about how many times you get back up and keep moving forward. In this world, there are those who dream of success and those who do whatever it takes to make it a reality. You can sit back and wait for the perfect opportunity to appear, or you can create your own opportunity by taking action, showing up, and putting in the work. The moment you stop waiting for things to align and start taking action is the moment you step into your own power. Success is not a destination, it's a journey. And the first step on that journey is the decision to go after what you want, no matter what it takes. You don't need to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect circumstances. The perfect moment is now. It's in the decisions you make today, the actions you take today, and the commitment you make to yourself today. The people who achieve greatness are not the ones who have everything figured out. They are the ones who refuse to give up. No matter how many times they fail, no matter how many doors are slammed in their face, and no matter how many times they fall short of their goals, they keep moving. They keep striving. They keep taking action. They understand that success is built on a foundation of hard work, dedication, and persistence. And that foundation is built one day at a time, one action at a time, one step at a time. In life, you are going to face challenges. You are going to have moments where everything feels like it's falling apart, where you feel like you can't take another step. But those are the moments that will define you. Those are the moments that separate the successful from the unsuccessful. When the going gets tough, the tough get going. You don't give up when things get hard. You push through, you fight through, and you keep going. Because every setback, every failure, every mistake is just another lesson, another step closer to your goal. The key is to keep moving forward, to keep taking action, and to never give up on your dreams. Most people fail, not because they're not capable, but because they quit too soon. They give up when the road gets tough, when the obstacles seem insurmountable, when the odds feel stacked against them. But the people who succeed are the ones who push through those tough times, who keep going when everything seems impossible, and who refuse to let fear or failure stop them. They understand that success is not a straight line. It's a winding path full of ups and downs, twists and turns, and unexpected challenges. But if you stay committed, if you keep moving forward, you'll eventually reach your destination. And when you do, you'll look back and realize that it was all worth it. Success is not just about talent or luck. It's about grit, determination, and the willingness to keep going when everyone else would give up. It's about making the decision to keep putting in the work, to keep taking action, and to keep pushing yourself to be better every single day. It's about setting goals, staying focused, and doing whatever it takes to achieve them. It's about making a commitment to yourself and your dreams, and not letting anything or anyone stand in your way. The truth is, there's no such thing as overnight success. Success takes time. It takes effort. It takes consistency. And it takes an unwavering belief in yourself and your ability to succeed. If you want to achieve greatness, you have to be willing to put in the work, day in and day out. You have to be willing to sacrifice, to push past the fear, and to keep going even when it seems like nothing is happening. Because the reality is that all the hard work you put in today will pay off tomorrow. It may not happen immediately, but if you keep going, if you keep showing up, if you keep taking action, you will eventually see the results of your efforts. One of the biggest mistakes people make is thinking that success will come easily or quickly. They expect instant gratification and immediate results, but that's not how success works. Success is built over time, with hard work, dedication, and perseverance. It's about taking small, consistent steps every day that add up to something big. It's about making progress, not perfection. And it's about trusting the process, even when the results aren't immediate. If you stay committed, if you keep showing up, if you keep putting in the work, you will eventually see the fruits of your labor. The road to success is never easy. It's filled with obstacles, setbacks, and moments of doubt, but it's also filled with opportunities, growth, and the chance to become the person you were always meant to be. The key to success is not giving up when things get tough, but rather using those challenges as fuel to drive you forward. Every obstacle is an opportunity to learn, to grow, and to become stronger. Every failure is a chance to learn from your mistakes and become better. The road to success is not about avoiding challenges. It's about facing them head on, learning from them, and using them to propel you toward your goals. Success is about resilience. It's about bouncing back from failure, learning from your mistakes, and continuing to move forward. It's about staying committed to your goals, even when the road is tough, and even when the odds are stacked against you. Success is not about being perfect. It's about being persistent. It's about taking action every single day, no matter how hard it gets, and staying focused on your goals, no matter how many obstacles you face. If you want to achieve success, you have to be willing to put in the work. You have to be willing to make sacrifices, to stay focused, and to keep pushing yourself, even when it feels like nothing is happening. Success is not a destination, it's a journey, and that journey begins with the decision to take action. It begins with the decision to show up every single day, to put in the work, and to never give up on your dreams. The moment you make that decision is the moment your life starts to change, so stop waiting for the perfect moment. The time to act is now. Get up, take action, and make your dreams a reality.